Why are you wearing those shoes? Piercings, just my belly button.
All right, here we go. We are live.
Just remember, Bird, you asked for this.
I did ask for this. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm joined in studio tonight by Damon and Tiffany. Welcome to the Naughty Donkey Studios.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Is it really?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Like I just caught Tiffany talking as we were going in. I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna start recording.
Exactly.
Just go right into her shoes. She doesn't like men that don't wear socks.
No, that was Aaron didn't like
Oh.
socks. I don't care about not wearing socks. I like nice shoes though.
You need socks. It gives you better gription when you're, doing the naughty.
You wear socks when you're doing the naughty?
Absolutely.
You need all that extra traction? Is that what's going on?
Exactly.
I don't like the way you're looking at me, Damon. You're like staring at me through my soul. It's
Bird, I mean, our souls are deeply connected and have been forever. So
I feel like I shouldn't be in here right now.
it did.
Do y'all need a moment?
It did feel kind of weird. Just look at Damon's face.
what's up, Bird? How you doing?
All right. Well, so what we're doing today, I have no idea. We are just going to sit here and we're going to talk about the dating scene in the area because we are located in Raleigh, North Carolina, and the dating scene here has been it's been pretty hit or miss, especially this last year with the pandemic. I haven't been on any dates because I've got a girlfriend, had one now for about a year.
His name is Steve.
Steve. No.
Steve's really pretty.
Damn, this is gonna be long.
It is going to be a long night for you, Bird. Remember, you invited me for this, so.
Let's start with you, Tiffany. All right, so Tiffany, tell us about yourself.
So I have been divorced for like 9 years, and I've been on the dating apps and trying to get fixed up with like mutual friends, and before the pandemic, out at the bars and everything. No luck. It's just going bad.
That's it, just going bad.
It's just bad. It's very discouraging because I just feel like the dating apps are just as like it's overpopulated. It's just a sea of, let me see if I can talk to you, and if I can't talk to you, is there somebody better? And I might have a connection with you, but maybe there's something else. I got to keep that door open. So nobody really takes it seriously.
Okay, so let's talk about the dating apps for a second before I get to you, Damon. It's fresh on my mind. I want to hit Tiffany up. So what's your big issue with dating apps? Like, what's a pet peeve? What's your go-to dating app?
I like Bumble out of the ones I've tried.
Farmers only.
You have not been on that. I don't. Plenty of Fish was awful because if you're a woman, you get like 50 messages. I would literally get 50 messages a day. Mm-hmm. So I go to bed at night and wake up, and there's like all these messages I got to sort through to see who I'm actually interested, who I'm not. And it's very time consuming. And out of 50, there's probably 2 people you might want to talk to.
Are these men attractive?
The 2 are.
The 2 are attractive?
Yeah.
I always call Plenty of Fish, Plenty of Whales. I mean, it just is what it is.
There's plenty of mess.
Hopefully that doesn't offend anyone. But my time on Plenty of Fish was not good. And also the women that you meet on Plenty of Fish, they're going to sleep with you the first night. It's a guarantee. Just about.
The guys told me that the women always post old pictures or pictures from the neck up because they didn't want to show their body. So they would get to the date and not realize they were like
there's definitely catfish
a lot larger than they thought they were in the
So if you want to compare like dating apps to department stores, Plenty of Fish is like the super dollar store.
No, Plenty of Fish is the Goodwill.
The Goodwill?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Everything's donated.
Yeah.
We'll note that.
And you got to look through and sort through and find what doesn't have holes, what doesn't have stains.
It's all used and abused.
It's just awful.
Stuff there.
Cheap. It's dirty.
Plenty of Fish, you know, I got on it like a year ago, and they've got this spinoff. It's like a chat room type thing going on. I can't remember the name of it now, but you can go and chat, and people are up in chat rooms, and you can go and listen to them and play games with them and stuff now.
I hadn't been on there in a while.
It's been like 4
Damon,
or 5
you
years
look
since
like
I've
you're pretty interested in this now.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I've had my deal with Plenty of Fish. I can tell you some horror stories.
Well, I hope that we can hear some. All right. So getting back to you, Tiffany. So Plenty of Fish. That's the bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't go there. Bumble's your go-to.
Yeah.
What did you ever do? Like Tinder?
I don't like Tinder either.
How about Hinge?
I have not done Hinge. The only other one I did was Match. So my friend who was married gave me a Match subscription for a birthday present because she felt really bad for me.
I thought she was gonna say her married friend was on Match and got her on.
No. But that's bad when your friend is like, I want you to find somebody so bad. I'm going to buy you a date nap subscription for your birthday. Like, that made me feel real good, you know?
Oh.
So that's what she bought me for my birthday present. That one wasn't too bad. There's not as many people on there because you have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like people that were on there were more serious because I don't think you're going to be on there wasting money.
Yeah.
And then Tinder was awful. That was just, you know,
Tinder's,
they
well,
just want to hook up.
Tinder sucks now. Back when I was using it, when it first came out in 2013, 2012, 2013, it was red hot, man. 3-4 dates a week.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it turned into the young people's hookup site.
Man, it's even horrible to get a match, which I don't know. I haven't messed around with it in a long time, but the last time I used it, once you get north of 40, I'd say like 42, it's tough. It's tough unless you're Damon Nance over there, like this man.
You just do what you do.
What's your best Tinder story?
Tinder, I didn't have that many stories from that. I mean, it was more of a hookup site. Same thing as kind of Plenty of Fish. I mean, a lot of the people that you swipe right and you got a match on, when you met them in person, they were nothing like what they were online from it. I can remember I had a date from there, and it's the only date that I've never actually went on because we were going to meet for like coffee, and I'm a fan of the one drink rule with dating. You know, show up, talk to each other, have one drink. If there's no wasting each other's time, because time's the one thing you can't get back these days. You know, time is your precious commodity. But man, this lady showed up, and I saw her when she was sitting there, and she was literally 3 of the people that she was on the app there, and you know, if you're going to start out lying like that, there's just no room for anything else. So,
Were you frustrated when you saw her, or were you just like, oh shit, here we go again?
I actually made a turn and beelined and went out, and I shot her a message through the thing that I couldn't make it that night. I didn't even go there. I was so aggravated with the whole situation.
It was the lying, though, that upset you, right? Like,
Well,
because you can just let somebody know.
Yeah, I mean,
If she's not your type, she's not your type.
you
But
know, we've talked about this before, you know, but it's like, you know, green beans, you know. Not everybody likes green beans.
right.
Yeah,
Don't
it's true.
force somebody to eat green beans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you like them, great. And there are lots of people out there that do. But if you don't try to force them down my throat. You know,
Right.
I'm not 10 anymore. You know, with my grandmother saying you got to try 6, and and then, you know, and then you can go on with it.
So you actually were walking in. You saw her, and you were
saw her.
walking in, and you were like, no, we're not
No.
doing this.
You recognize
So-
her?
I recognized her.
So you ditched her.
And I made a turn and went out and sent her a message, and it's like something came up. I couldn't do it, and yeah, we were done right then and there.
Something came up.
And that was
about 50
from Plenty of
pounds.
Fish.
No, that was through that was a Tinder date. I think that happened on. But you know, it's the whole catfishing thing. You know, just if people like you for what they like, then you know that's what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get mad at somebody if they don't swipe right on me. Either they like me or they don't. You know, but just be honest about it when you get
Yeah.
there. You don't need pictures from 10 years ago and then try to sell you on something different.
That's Tiffany. Have you ever ditched anybody?
No, but I should have, because I had a catfish story. Mine was from Plenty of Fish. And so I was talking to this guy, and he was an attorney and had a seafood restaurant and just, all these great things. And we were talking over the phone and had great conversation. Everything was good. And we finally decided we were going to meet. And he said, I'm standing outside. Let me know when you pull up. And I'm like, all right, I pulled up. I'm like, I don't see you. Y'all, he was so handsome. He had like green eyes and olive, like that dark skin, like he was like tan, like from Hawaii, you know what I mean? Like the California with the dark hair. He was so handsome. And I was like, okay. He was like, I'm Greek, I was like, okay.
Oh, he had one of them crazy last names too, didn't he?
Yeah, it was weird last night.
Snuffleupagus.
I can't even remember. But his first name was so cool. Like, he was like, when he called me, he's like, hey,
Frank.
it's Clay. No, Clay.
Clay's not that cool.
I don't know. I liked him, so maybe
Clay
I just thought his
Aiken.
name. Well, this was before Clay Aiken, by the way. This was like 2011 or 12 when I did.
So you were fresh on the dating scene.
This is my first online date ever. First
He
date
didn't know
after
he
my
was gonna get
divorce.
lucky.
First one. So I'm like so excited, like, oh, I didn't even have to be single that long. I already met somebody. Look at me. So he's standing outside, and I said, I don't see you. I'll just park and meet you in there. The only person I saw standing outside was this like really large guy smoking a cigarette. And like Clay said, he was not a smoker. And so I was like, that's not him, right? So I walk in, and it was him. So the hostess is like, hey, how many people? I'm like, I'm just going to the bar. So I go to the bar, and he's like, hey, Tiffany, it's me, Clay. And I was like, hi. And I sat down, and I should not have, and I regret it to this day. I should have walked out because he lied. So we sat there. I got one Michelob Ultra, and he was like
drank
trying
water.
to,
Okay.
yeah, because I was like, I'm leaving. So he's like, I finally just say, 5 minutes in, you look a lot different than your pictures. And he goes, like he was offended. He got upset that I said that.
Did he know? Maybe you meant that he looked better, or
And so
why
I
do you
just
take
went,
it that way?
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I was like, you just don't look like the pictures you posted. He goes, well, those pictures were a little bit old. That was when I was playing football in college. And, so they're about 10 years old. No, not 10 years, because if you were in college, and now you're like 38, that was like longer than 10 years. So anyway.
So I'm going to use my old Army pics with my current age of 45, and I'm going to be like, I got the best skin doctor on the planet, folks.
So I make a, excuse to leave, and then he calls me later and says, you were so gracious, and I know you should have just left, and you were so kind to me, and now I feel really bad. And I'm like, will you please tell me whose pictures those were, because you don't have the same eye color or facial features or anything. Y'all ain't ready. He said, I used the Gillette Fusion. Man. I went on a date with the Gillette Fusion man.
Right on.
That's why he was so hot.
That's,
It was not him.
Wait, he told you he was the Gillette Fusion
No,
man.
that's the
What?
pictures he used. He used the pictures of the Gillette
Oh,
Fusion
well,
man.
hold on.
He just used somebody else's picture, not his pictures at all. Was not him.
Hold on.
You gotta look up the man.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
hot.
we're going to look up this dude.
He was. I asked him. I said, "Whose pictures were they?" And he said, "I just pulled some pictures off the internet. It was Gillette Fusion man." And I was like,
So, okay, let me type man in after that.
he had like it was a thin, ripped, dark hair. Like, so now I know that if there's pictures like that, it's a catfish, right? Because it was like model pictures. But this was my first online date. Because people were probably like, how would you not know
Talking
that was
about
fake?
leaving a bad taste in your
Did
mouth.
he even look like the guy at all?
Not at all.
There's not even a Gillette Fusion man. If you duck go it. I don't use Google. Duck go.
That's right. Go.
There's hold on.
Like the one that the razors, you know?
Let's see. So we got this guy. Is that
It
him?
was kind of like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah?
what the pictures were like. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm. Like, so
okay.
that guy looking that good, an attorney.
That guy was 16. What the hell?
I mean, he was shaving one little hair. I mean, maybe
Like,
that's
all those guys are like dark hair and like didn't have a shirt on.
This
All
guy
the
here?
pictures
Yeah.
were so nice.
None of these look like your type because they're shaving their beard off.
I know I do like a beard.
Well, there is no Gillette man here.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
But-
funny though because I end up usually like being in serious relationships with guys that don't have beards, even though I really like beards.
So beards are
And
like
so
your
how have the
toys.
guys with
It's okay.
non-beards been working out for you?
Well, I married one.
And how'd that go?
Huh?
We lasted 6 years.
How about the bearded you married? How'd that work out?
The what?
The bearded guy you married.
That was you. You're putting your stories into mine now.
Man, we all know you were a fan of Grindr before it turned into Tinder. Come on.
I have never been on Grindr, thank you very much.
Because it turned into Tinder.
I've been on Tinder.
Grindr used to be Tinder.
Really?
Well, Tinder used to be Grindr. What did I just say?
I don't
We
know.
have
Yeah.
no idea what you're saying.
Grindr
I think you're drunk.
transformed into Tinder.
not.
Well, Tiffany, you've got another story, recent one, right?
This one's bad.
Well, let us be the judge. We want to hear
It's
this
a
bad
safe
story.
place here.
This is a place where we're going to unload all your bad dating
Okay.
stories right here.
That one and this one are the worst two ever. And this
Okay.
just happened like 2 weeks ago. So this guy had been asking me to go out, and our kids used to go to the same elementary school years ago.
And where'd you meet him?
I had like seen him in passing,
Okay.
you know, and he would like try to talk to me, and I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
And then
So you're being
he
hateful. That's what I'm getting at.
So we matched on Bumble. I recognized him and I was like, you know what? I haven't been on a date in like 6 months. I just said that out
Dry
loud.
spell.
Anyway,
Ooh,
I'm gonna
that means
stop
other
it.
things.
Nope. So I swipe right.
Probably.
I'm just gonna swipe and stop it. And then
Oh, Lord.
so I swiped on him and he's like, "Oh my God, Tiffany, hey, I'm so glad you messaged me. You know, let's meet up." So after I don't know, it's probably like a month, honestly, because I still was unsure. I had a feeling. But I talked to Erin, and she was like, "You
She
should
had a
just give this
tingling.
guy a chance."
Was it more than a feeling?
And so I went out with him. He asked me to go out. He picked the restaurant, which I like, that, you know, a guy that plans it all out and everything. So we were going to Mexican. I pull up, and I'm like, "Are you inside or outside?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm walking. The restaurant's right by my apartment." And I'm like, "Okay." It was a little cold that night, but okay. So we walk in, and he right. So we walk in, and he knows the people there. He's like, "Oh, I come here all the time, so I know them." So he like says something to the server. I don't know what he says, and then we sit at the table, and the server brings like a pitcher of sangria. So he had already ordered our drink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't really like that because when I go to Mexican, I like to get a margarita. But whatever, I'll drink the sangria. So that was fine. And the next thing I know, a plate comes to the table with empanadas on it.
Okay.
So he also ordered the food.
So
In
wait,
charge.
He didn't ask me what I wanted. So they were sitting there, and he said, I said, "What are those?" And he said, "Empanadas." I said, "Do they have beef in them?" He said, "No, they're chicken. Can you please hand me your plate?" And I said, "Sure." And I handed him my plate. So he puts the empanada on it. It had like a little mango sauce. He puts the little salsa on it, and he
The hand
hands
gestures
it,
here are
hands it
awesome.
to me, you know.
Uh-huh.
And
She's telling the story. For
he
real.
gives it to me, and I look at it and I said, "I don't eat meat."
wait, did you guys not have a conversation beforehand saying, "Hey, I don't eat meat"?
Apparently, he did not read my Bumble profile because it clearly says I'm pescatarian.
How long did you guys talk before going out on this date?
Over a month.
And that was never brought up.
I've heard 2 red flags here. 1, he doesn't have a car. 2, she's not into oral.
Boy, that's a big red
Let me
flag
take a
right
sip
there.
Of my wine real quick.
Oh,
She
Lord.
doesn't eat meat, Bird. I mean, what are you going to do with that?
You were making a lot of assumptions, just like that guy that ordered me those empanadas, and that did not work out well for him.
That's
so,
what I'm here for.
so he goes, "Well, why didn't you tell me?"
Why
and
your
I
cheeks
said,
red?
"Well, stop it."
All right,
My
finish the
face
story.
is 100 degrees. No, I can't. You're making me not be
Is
able
it
to.
hot in here?
I'm
or-
a little-
No, because
Yeah,
Damon
no.
keeps doing
The-
stuff.
the
Feel my
lights?
face. Feel my face. It's hot.
There was physical
It's burning
contact
up.
over there.
Fire.
Oh, All right, I'm sorry. I digress. I got you all off here. So
he says, why didn't you tell me that you didn't eat meat? And I said, well, it was in my profile. So I didn't feel like I had to tell you because I usually order my own food. That's what I said. And he was like, oh, I thought I was doing good. I was like, it's fine. So the server comes to the table. I'm like, hey, can I get a shrimp quesadilla? And he's like, yeah. So then he's sitting there and I look. So when the server sat us, he put the menus on opposite sides of the table. No, he slides his little menu over and sits on the same side of the table with me. I don't like that.
It's hard to have a conversation with somebody sitting beside him for at least the first
Let
date.
me tell y'all, the Lord made him sit beside me so I could see his haircut that he did himself. The whole hairline looked like it was like designs. Because it was so crooked. How much is Great Clips? Like $10? So he had taken it up so high on the sides that it was like a mohawk, and then the whole hairline was crooked. It was just bad. It was a bad haircut. So I'm like, okay, first of all, I can't get past that because the haircut's cheap. Like even if you poor, you can get a good haircut.
So you kept staring at it. Were you staring at it?
It was awful. I stared at it the whole night.
Did he catch you staring at it?
Yes.
What do you say? Anything?
He would just rub his hair line.
He thought it was the shit. He was like,
I bet he didn't know what it looked like back there with the little jaggedy part behind the ear. So he then keeps trying to touch me and hug me and can I have a hug? And I was like, I don't know you and I don't want you touching me. It's making me uncomfortable.
That's when you just say I'm gassy.
So I was like, oh, I hate to do it, so I gotta go, whatever. So then we get out to the parking lot, and he says, well, can you give me a ride to my
house? He had a game plan. He was sticking to it.
I said, well, I got to go get gas. So I had started my car already, and he sees that I really have to go get gas. Oh, no. I'm going to go to the gas station with you. I'm going to put gas in your car. You came over here. I'm going to put gas in. I'm like, oh, my God. So he rides to the gas station with me. He pumps my gas, pays for my gas. Thank you so much. That was so nice. You didn't have to do that. I just want to take him home. So I told my sister.
Of course, yeah.
No.
Those empanadas, they worked.
I did not eat them.
What do you have in them?
So I tell my mom and my sister this story, and this is their favorite part of the story. So when we get to his apartment, I drop him off. I just want to go home. This is an awful date. So he gets out of my car and walks behind the car to go to his apartment. And I thought he was already.
So you backed over this fool?
She probably wishes she had. Wow.
So I back up and I didn't. I thought he was gone, and he was like, "Whoa!" I heard him. I almost backed over him with my car.
Whoa, you almost did. We were bullshitting.
I really almost backed over him for real. I was like,
I'm
sorry, I thought you were gone. So then I just moved his messages. I never gave him my number. He just had my Facebook, so I just moved his messages to spam.
That poor guy.
Really? Poor me.
Poor guy.
Look what I had to do.
He was just trying to be a gentleman.
Put effort in.
Are y'all being for real?
Or did you check beef empanadas? I mean, he got beef. It was probably that ground beef. It's so cheap.
Chicken.
The chicken. Oh, snap. Okay. Well, I was just lost still.
And
Tiffany actually getting a date.
I was traumatized. That was the worst thing.
So has he tried to contact you since the date?
Yeah.
So when's
he's in
Is in your spam.
Yep, he's in my spam.
Yeah, a lot of people need to be into spam.
That was awful. That was awful. Those are my 2 worst dates ever. I've never had dates that bad before.
Does that make you just want to stop dating? I mean,
so I get like that. By the end of the night, of course, I'm like, okay, I'm just not doing this anymore. Whenever it happens, I'm done. And then I'll delete all the apps off my phone and all that.
I've done that before.
Bought a lot of batteries. We got you.
I recall.
Just get the recharger.
This was before I created the social network, okay, the social groups. And this was the date that just set it off for me. It was Veterans Day, and I'm a vet, so I take advantage of all the free meals that they come about.
Did you go to the Golden Corral?
I did. Oh, look, I'm telling you, me and my daughter, we would make a plan. We would make an itinerary. We're going to start at IHOP. we'll get the waffle, and then right across is Texas Roadhouse in Durham. We go there, we hit that. But this year I was kind of lazy, and I was just like swiping, and this girl wanted to go out. Cute picture. So we decided to meet in Briar Creek at Chili's, or was it Long? It was one of those steakhouses out there. And I looked and seen they had the veteran special. This is fucked up. So she comes in. She's from Roxborough. And, you know, I'm driving in. I live right there in Briar Creek at the time. And she comes in. I see her. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Nothing like her pictures. It wasn't going to work. And I was mad. I was frustrated. So she comes in and sits. She comes in and sits, and I take the veterans menu, and I give it to her, and I say, yeah, get something off of this. You know, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat. So I gave her my free veterans meal because I won't pay for shit. I was like, nope, not this time. And she got the little small piece of steak, and I sat right there and watched her eat it. And after it was done, we left. I left and never spoke to her again.
And you went to Chick-fil-A.
And
there you go.
bro, that was the one that like, fuck this shit, man. I'm done. I'm done with apps. I'm done with being deceived. I'm done with like
It's so
wasting all the money
discouraging.
and the time, and yeah, it pisses you off. And then you go start a fucking social group. I'm surprised there's not 5 million social groups out there. Yeah. So
This is the best one. So
All the best.
yeah. Oh, you got one? You got the best one?
what? Dating store?
Yeah. Well,
Well-
before we went on camera, you were telling me one. Go ahead and tell that story.
So, this was a bad. You'll like this. This was a girl date bad story. But when I lived in Virginia,
Oh, I'm from Virginia.
Don't. This is not your time to shine.
Sorry.
It's my
The
time
Commonwealth.
over here.
What part? Hold up.
Roanoke in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
That's where I live. Smith Mountain Lake. So
Stop.
yeah.
Okay,
I
then.
lived in Harding.
Oh, look at that connection, huh?
I know, right? So
I see a date
I'm not
happening.
going home with you tonight, Damon.
you will.
Damon did some research. He looked your bio up, and
Exactly. I knew she
All
would
right.
eat me. So that's what spoiled it. But I went out with this girl. We met. I think back then up there it was like Plenty of Fish, and we met. Within 5 minutes, there was just no spark. There was no connection. So we knew it. So just told her up front, wasn't interested. She could have her drink and then we'd leave. And she's like, well, no, I always like to make new friends. So we just sat there and talked for a while. And we were talking about the online dating scene. And we were talking about horror stories. And she said, I've got one. And I was like, okay. I was like, I need to hear this then. And so at the time, she was like 38, 39. She had started talking to a guy that was 53. And she said, he was athletically built. He had, the silver fox, and he was a business owner. He had sold his business. He was retired and, well-to-do guy. All his pictures looked good. So they started talking. They talked on the phone and texted for about 3 weeks prior to actually meeting, just to kind of get to know each other. And she said up until that point, everything was great. It was normal. She was like super interested in him. So they set the date to meet, and it's like a Saturday night, and there's a little place, it's a little restaurant and bar right there by everything. And they get in and they greet each other, give each other a hug, and they sit down at the bar and they order a drink, and they're sitting there like we are, looking and talking to each other. And about 10 minutes in, she says, everything's going fine. And he says, he just stops everything. And he says, listen, I need to tell you something. And she's like, okay, what? He's like, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but just let me finish. He's like, I don't want this for sex, but I've rented a hotel room for the night. And she's like, do what? He's like, again, it's not for sex. He's like, just hear me out. What I'd like to do is I'd like for us to, finish our drink, we can eat, and go back to the hotel room. He's like, I'm going to get naked and let you tie me to a chair. And he said, I've got a paddle there, and I want you to spank my ass with
Oh, my God.
it. Now, this is his move 10 minutes into the first date, is that we're going to go back to the hotel room. He's going to get naked. She's going to tie him to the chair, beat his ass with a paddle, and then he said, after that, you can take my credit card and go over to the mall and buy anything you want.
Cha-ching.
Did she tell you his name?
Well, what I asked at this
You
point
trying to
was-
hook up with this one?
What I asked at this point was, what kind of watch did you get me? Like, you know, she's like, I didn't go. I left. I was like, call him right now. I was like, I could use like a Tag Heuer or something. I mean, we can go shopping at the mall.
Tiffany's like, credit card, that Louis Vuitton, I can get that.
But, you know, it's,
I mean, I was kind of thinking about the spanking, but
it's
the
one
credit
of
card's
those
not.
things, you know, like, how do you go from being 10 minutes into the first
That's
real
too
life
much.
date to this is my thing? Like, I want to get naked and tied up and spanked with a paddle, and then you can go shopping.
He put it all up front, man.
He did that.
And she spanked him too, huh? Ah,
She left, according to her, but I still mad I didn't get a watch out of that.
she definitely spent that credit card. No,
But-
you said she didn't, right?
She said she
didn't.
left. So,
left, no.
but you know, the
Wow.
craziest dating story.
This is yours.
This is my story. I don't know if I've ever told you this one or not.
Oh, an exclusive, a hammered exclusive, folks,
This-
right here.
So, to protect all the people that were involved, we won't name names or cities or anything like that. But I was on a dating app, and I think again it was Plenty of Fish at that time. But this was probably 6-8 years ago, and somehow or another I matched with this lady, and at the time that would have put me. I guess I was like 38, 39, 40.
How old are you now?
I'm 46.
Okay.
So this lady at the time, she was like a year older than me. I think she was 40 or 41. But she was a well-to-do realtor in that particular area. Like buses had her picture on the side of it, you know, like, you know, doing the little wave and all this stuff.
Wait, where was this at?
Yeah, exactly. We're not
'Cause,
saying that. 'Cause
Was it in Texas?
Yeah, it was
In College
Texas.
Station?
Exactly. College Station.
All right, we'll
Texas
call it
is
that
exactly what it was.
because that just brought up some memories.
But anyway, she's this well-to-do person, and she probably owns a quarter of the real estate in this town. So everybody knows her. She's very attractive. She worked out. She was fit. Had fake boobs. Like, I don't know what the hell she was doing talking to me, but we ended up messaging back and forth. We decided to meet. We went out a couple times. It went really good. So we were hanging out kind of more and more, and this is probably over the course of about a month, maybe. I don't think it went quite a month and a half, maybe 5 weeks or something. But of course, you know, we had been intimate in this whole situation and everything else. And exactly, some brown chicken, brown cow. But we had started talking about, you know, kinks, and you know, I wanted to let my freak
goodness.
flag fly some. So she had this farm. It was about 2.5 hours from where we were. It's like 400-acre farm, and she had a big farmhouse on it. And she's like, "I want to take you up here for the weekend." I was like,
Ooh, that was loud.
"Yeah." She's
Good
like,
one.
We're gonna hang out. We can ride horses. We got 4-wheelers. We can do fishing. There's all this kind of stuff, you know. And she's like, "We can be up there and be alone and just explore and do whatever." So I was like, "All right."
So far, I can't wait to see how you fuck this up.
I did not fuck this up.
I had to refill my
But-
glass for this story.
But we drive up there. We get to this place, and it's like it's a 2-story plantation house. You know, the columns. I mean, it's just a gorgeous place. I'm thinking, you know,
Yeah.
how the hell did I get this lucky, right? We take the bags inside. We're unpacking and all this stuff. Get something to eat, and she's like, "You ready to play?" And I was like, "Well, shit, yeah, you know, all right." She's like, "I want you to do this." She said, "I want you to go ahead and change into something comfortable, you know, and she's like, "Wait 20 minutes and then come out to the barn." And I'm thinking, all right, you know, we're gonna roll in the hay or
Roll
some
in the hay.
stupid shit
Like
that.
literally roll in the hay.
It's a farm.
Or,
Yeah,
it's a farm.
Yeah.
Or are we getting on, we're getting on the 4-wheeler and going, you know, to the back? I don't know what it is. So anyway, I'm there waiting, you know, and finally it's time, and I come walking into this big barn that she's got, and there's nobody there, you know. So I'm like walking in, I'm like, "Hey, hello." I'm just kind of looking, you know, like, and you know how the barn is, it's straight through, you got the big door on one end and the door on the side. So I'm just like walking through, and I'm like not seeing anything. I'm like, you know, what the hell? And I come around the back,
Karate chop the table in half.
Out in the back, there's a tarp down on the ground. This chick, who, again, is well known, everybody knows her, you know, and her faces are on buses and stuff, is naked. She is on her hands and knees, and there is a pig on top of her having at her.
Stop it.
I kid you not. I kid you not. She had a pig on top of her going to town. And when I come around the corner, you know, I can only imagine what the hell my face looks like. I'm like, holy shit.
I know one thing. I'm not going inside that.
Well,
I'm not playing second fiddle to a pig.
and she's like, come play. And I was like,
What do you want me to do?
so I didn't say nothing. I like turn around. I walk back in the house. I grab my phone. I call my buddy. I was like, Google this fucking place and come get me.
Oh.
I was like, I will be walking down the road. He's like, do what? He's like, I was like, whatever you have to do, come and get me because I will be walking the hell home. I put all my shit back in the bag. I walked out of that damn house, walked up this like, it's like a, you know, like a 100-yard driveway with all the like Bradford pears and shit.
Yeah.
I'm walking down this thing like, you know, kind of like how Forrest Gump ran down that one. But I'm walking down the highway. It took my buddy like over 2 hours to get there. He gets there, get in the truck, turn around, like we go back. He's like, what happened? I was like, I can't tell you. I was like, we've just got to go somewhere and fucking drink.
Please tell me you passed one of her signs on the side of the road.
Oh my God. When I told that story, he was like, holy shit. And I was like, I was there. Like, what the
I mean, she grew up on a farm, bro. She loves her
Oh,
animals.
No.
I mean, what
Don't
do you
do that.
say?
Don't do that. I'm from the mountains. We had animals. No.
Oh, wait.
No.
What you got to talk about?
No, nothing.
Yeah.
We did not do that. That is not normal
We
for
don't
people
do
that grew
that
up in
where
a
I
farm.
came
Oh,
No.
that's crazy.
Holy fucking shit. Like,
I've never even seen a pig wee wee.
I had pigs. They're
listen,
like real crooked. Like, they're crazy.
I'm still dumbfounded to this day. Every time I tell this story to somebody, they're like, holy fucking shit. And it's like,
A pig of
Exactly.
all the animals. She picked a
a
pig.
pig. But
I'm
this is like
disturbed.
this
I'm
is
very
like the one
disturbed.
person that if she walked into anywhere, like she could have had anybody she wanted. Like
But she wanted a pig.
she wanted a fucking pig. And she texted
Yeah.
me after, messaged me. I blocked her from everything. I couldn't. I didn't even know I didn't know how. One of the few times in my life I've actually been speechless. And you know me. But there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a pig's penis.
It's
Tiffany.
curly?
Yeah. It's got a
Oh,
little
that one.
curl to it.
Oh.
Get up there so you can see it real close.
I see that one up there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it.
Well, there's one right here. You see that one?
That's why the one I said, oh, it's curly.
Looks like a Twizzler.
So I didn't eat meat before, and now I never will. Never.
But yeah,
Never,
so-
never.
Mhm.
How can you
That's,
even eat a hot dog after you've seen a pig wee wee?
Oof. I don't know. I haven't had a hot dog in a long time.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so your little, chicken quesadillas are fine.
Oh, that was-
you
you
haven't
win.
had like a bestiality.
You win.
chicken.
Well, why did
You
she
win.
pick the animal with the littlest penis on the farm?
And it's
She didn't
so
have a horse?
dirty, and it's just I just
Dude,
don't. Oh,
for all I know, she could be there with a horse today. I have no earthly idea. That's
I am-
one person I have never looked back in my
I am so
entire life.
curious. And it's funny, when you started this story off, I was like, what the fuck?
I did not.
Because
see
I
it
got the
going
exact
there.
same story, minus the farm and the animals. I met a girl back in 2016, I believe. So I played cornhole a lot, and I traveled the country playing cornhole. So I
You and Frank. Gotcha.
So I like befriended all these people in Texas, and they're like, "Oh, he's cool. Well, let's invite him to go to Punta Cana with us." So I went to Punta Cana with this crew, it was like 50 of them, and I met this girl there. Good God, boy, hot as fuck. We hooked up the whole, like, me and my buddy that invited me, and we roomed together. I didn't stay with him the whole time we were there. I was in her room, but she lived like 2,500 miles away. So I had to come back to North Carolina. She went back to her state, and we tried a long-distance relationship. I think I flew there twice. We had some good times, but then, and she took me to her friend's house because she's one of these big realtors too, man. We actually took a picture on the side of the road in front of her billboard. And I was like, damn, she's legit. Like, she only dealt with, like, the $1 million homes or the high six-figure homes. Went to a mansion. Her dad's no, not her dad. Her boss owns this like mansion. We went into one wing of it, and it was nothing but stuffed animals from Africa that he had shot.
Oh my God.
Crazy shit.
Wow.
Put my head inside a stuffed alligator that was on the floor. Crazy shit.
Wow.
Anyway,
Sure you did. He stuck his head up the alligator's ass.
I can't.
I mean, I had to,
can't.
bro. It was there. Anyway, it didn't work out. Like,
Imagine that.
we kind of disconnected. She was starting to act funny with texts and messaging. And she went to Myrtle Beach for like some kind of work, or Charleston. She went to Charleston for some kind of work event. And I was like, well, no problem. I'll come see you. That's awesome. You're on the East Coast. I'll come visit you. No, it's okay. Turned out she met some dude there, and, you know, yeah. And then she got like married. She got married at the end of 16 or early 17. And I got a LinkedIn account. And I sent like a multi-invite. You check that button. It like invites all your friends. And she was in there. And I got a nasty message. Well, it really wasn't nasty, from her husband saying, please leave her alone. We have moved on. She has moved on. And I'm like, what the fuck is
Why
this?
she keep sending me letters in the mail then?
Oh, bro. But yeah, that's my rich realtor story. Not as exciting as yours.
No, it's
But,
it's
I
one of
got
those
a
things
I got a
I'm-
rich people story, a rich state
Ooh.
story. Okay, y'all ain't
All
the
right.
only ones that talk fancy people.
Oh,
Well, let's
here
hear this.
Here we go. All right, fancy pants.
So
So,
I used to live in Ohio for like 4 years.
I'm sorry.
Round on the ends, high in the middle. We got
It
you.
was
Buckeyes.
not the best place to live, but I did have fun there because I was really young and that was my party days. You know,
She needs to meet Todd,
who's that?
being from Ohio.
I'm not from Ohio.
Oh,
No,
but you
no.
were
I only
there. You
lived
were
there.
That's all that matters.
So
to
when
him.
I was there and I was
Oh.
like, you know, in my early like 18, 21 phase, that's when I lived there, okay?
Okay.
So I
This
got
is when you were in your experimental stage.
I was not experimenting.
Oh,
I just
okay.
liked to party. And I met this group of friends and they knew NFL players that played for the Bengals. So my friend was like, I know this guy named CJ and we're going to go to his house. And I was like, okay. And on the way to the house, she tells me that CJ's older brother plays for the Bengals.
Okay.
And I'm like,
TJ?
CJ.
Hushmanzada?
No, I'm like, who's his brother? Y'all, seriously, this is a true story, I swear.
Okay.
Chad is his name. Okay, I
Sure
didn't
wasn't Clay?
watch. I
Clay.
didn't watch football like that back then. You know, like, you know.
If
So I'm
you're
like,
if
okay.
you're about to tell us that you hooked up with Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson,
That's whose house I went to.
no shit.
I swear. He had I can tell you what his whole living room looked like. His older brother was there. His younger brother was there. He had a wall of Reeboks. He had his little number 85 figurine sitting on his TV.
Wow, he
His
was
brother
full of
told me
himself,
to
huh?
go up to his room. That he was up there and he wanted to meet me. I went up there. He had just got out of the shower, had a towel wrapped around his
Of
waist.
course he did.
Found out she
And
didn't
was
eat meat.
cutting his
Was like,
hair in the mirror. And I literally sat on Chad Johnson's toilet in his bathroom and sat there and had a conversation with him while he cut his hair in a towel. That is a true story. And then I realized what was going on, and I was like, oh, does he just have girls come here to like sleep with him? And then, yeah,
Yes.
Were you
So-
being herded in there to him? Were you supposed to be one of the girls that he
I
slept
think
with?
I was one of the girls.
You were one of the
Yeah,
girls?
because when I got
She
there,
went back
another
about
girl was
16
leaving.
times.
And then he got out of the shower, and I was like, oh. So here's the thing. I thought it was really cool that, like, I was there and I met him and everything, but I didn't want to be one of the girls, so I left.
It's your lie. You can tell.
No,
that
I
any way
really
you
did.
want
I
to.
left.
I mean,
So my family that lives in Cincinnati, they were really upset because they were like, you didn't get us tickets to the game, nothing. Like, you were in there.
they're like, girl, why
And I
didn't
was
you just
like, that is
let him
kinda
plow your
pimping
ass
me
next
out.
time? Shit.
Nope. We just talked, and we talked a little bit after that, but we, it never really went anywhere. And
You know what differentiates you from me and Damon?
what?
Because if that would have been...
You would have slept with Chad. I wouldn't.
Nah, I'm just... It depends on how much, bro. You throw some 9 figures in there, I'll be like, let's go, Chad. Let me.
Baby Guinness and 500,000.
But like, if that was a female celebrity athlete, we'd have been plowing. Like, let's do it. I'm getting this for the resume.
I'm not going to say I didn't think about it, but I really didn't like his attitude. Like, his brother bought him Wendy's, and he like yelled at his brother because he was like, "What is this?" He's like, "It's your drink. It came with your combo." He's like, "I didn't want this shit." Like, he was mad because he like bought him a fruit punch. Like, he was treating his family like they were his personal assistant, and I just didn't like that. And it just was a turn off. So I was like, "Yeah, I thought about it. That king size bed looked real nice, but I'm just gonna go home because you're kind of an asshole."
Yeah, I bet you a lot, especially wide receivers. They're all kind of divas.
Hey, y'all would be surprised how small he is. Like, he is a little.
She said she didn't sleep.
Yeah. What are you getting at?
No,
there?
like his body, like he's very cut, like ripped, but he's like not much taller than me and like thin.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5". He might have been 5'8", maybe.
What?
He was little. He's a little
Really?
guy. Yeah.
Damn.
Google him. See how tall he is.
We're gonna Google his ass right now.
And see how tall.
Not,
I'm
we're
telling you,
gonna
he was a small guy.
duck go him. Let's see.
Yeah, let's find out he was playing like 20-something years ago.
He's in the middle. He has an older brother, and I can't remember his name, but his younger brother is Chauncey, and that's who knew my friend, and they call him CJ. And her name was Tasha, and we went there. I'm telling you, it's a whole thing.
Man, his Wikipedia says he's 6'1".
He is not that tall. I'm telling you, he is little.
Yeah, wedges.
He is little. I was sitting there, and he was not super tall when I was sitting there. Because I remember thinking, as a football player, and I expected him to be real big. He was not that big. If he was that tall, then he was just really, really skinny. But I just don't remember him being that tall. And I hugged him. There's no way he's 6'1".
That's what it says, man. You can't lie. You can't argue.
Wikipedia never lies.
That's right.
Her story was way better than ours.
It's not.
I'm just telling
You had pig sex in your story.
Nothing beats pig sex. Swine and dine, baby.
Oh God.
Oh my God, it's it's the
That's the craziest date story I've ever heard.
The dangers of online dating. Yep.
That makes me want to delete
Well, it just
everything.
goes to show that you never know, about people. I mean, the ones you think are normal aren't, and
Yeah.
But like, I never would have expected somebody, because I know that wasn't the first person, that
No
she's
way,
ever
right.
showed that to.
And they probably joined in and had a threesome with a pig.
Like, how do you?
I don't know, but
Is that how she broke in her guys though? She just threw them in there like that and see how they reacted.
That's a first date.
It's like you're rolling the dice.
it
usually roll
wasn't
with.
the first date.
Oh, that's right. Y'all had.
Oh,
So
you've
she
already
thought it
had
was
relations,
okay.
so you've already been sloppy seconds to Porky Pig.
Oh,
no.
That's all,
You gotta
folks.
go to the clinic.
No,
She had a pig. We went.
Baby. That's all.
Oh,
just goes
that's
to show
bad.
You never know what you're getting into.
So after this happened, did you ever look at the buses the same?
Never. Never. Like, it's funny. I remember one day I was somewhere and they had a bench there, and I remember I went to like a CVS and bought like a Sharpie and drew a little thing by a point, just in the hope that she might walk by it one day and
Oh
see
my
it.
God.
Who told my secret?
Oh my God. That is rough.
Yeah, that's like I said, you just don't know. It's
Bestiality. Wow.
that
It's
makes
a
me
real
feel
thing,
normal.
folks. I've never met a person that actually knew a person that had bestiality
Really?
before, yeah.
Oh.
Not on purpose, that's come out and told me about it.
Yeah, people usually keep it private, but
it was
she was not private
it
about
was
that.
yeah. I mean, it like everybody I talked to is like, holy shit. But
That's
yeah,
not-
like
Nah. I'm not like a huge fan of butt sex.
Why?
I mean, like, I
you
don't
just
get.
lost. That's why you're not getting the right dates.
I'll do it, but I won't ask for it. But if he asks for it, I'll say okay. But I've never asked
Stock
for it.
just went up.
I mean, yeah, so it's an option.
You should be recording
I will
this.
do it, but
I am.
no,
Okay.
stop! Don't do that.
That was golden.
I know.
No.
Right?
All right, all serious.
He's edited it out.
Oh, that's
All
gonna
right.
be the highlight reel.
No.
All right, so we were talking about dates and apps and bad dates earlier, and what are like some things when you're on a date that's called a beer?
I just want to see that.
Oh, the can.
She likes it in a can, apparently.
I mean, that's what she said. She did not say that it's out of the question.
Exactly. There's
I
five
mean,
up.
get that lube. You got some lube handy, or
I don't
slap
know
it
what
on?
y'all are
It's like
talking
my
about.
grandma always said, a little Astroglide will help you park an Escalade in a doghouse. So.
Your grandma said that?
What? I was like, your grandma's cool as shit. All right. What are some things when you're on a date, Tiffany, with somebody, and they're just at the table, and there's certain things they do? Like, what are some pet peeves? What is something that really turns you off, and you just know this isn't going to work?
The number one thing will probably be being rude to servers. I will not date someone who's rude to servers. Like, when they
Good
come to the
quality.
table and they are talking to you and asking for your order and stuff, look at them. Talk to them with respect. And don't act like they're working for you. You know, so that's my biggest thing. I'm not huge on, like, knowing the right fork and all that. Even though I know all that just because my mama made me do all that growing up.
Oh, you're fancy.
I don't know why she
I only
made
had
us do
one
all that.
fork, and it ate
We had to learn
salad
how to
and-
do she put us like in a class.
Carilion school.
Like
What it was?
cotillion, yeah.
Cotillion.
It was kind of like that. Yeah, we had to learn. So I know the forks and the place setting where the water
That's
goes in line.
Carillion's an assisted living.
But I don't have to be with a guy like that. And I'm not. Like, guys think I'm fancy. And I'm like, not like that. I'm like, I don't like that they think that. So I went on a date with a guy one time and he said, so he's getting us a lift. And he was like, are you okay with like the regular lift or do you need me to get like whatever the upgraded, because I Uber, I don't know, whatever the upgraded lift. And I was like, we can drive a Pinto. I don't care. Like, I didn't care. But I don't know. Do you feel like I put off a vibe like I need to be somebody fancy?
I mean, I've known you for about an hour now, and absolutely. I mean, you drink your wine with your pinky up in the air.
I don't feel like, Mike, do you think I don't feel like tell me the truth. It won't hurt my feelings.
Okay. Now, what's the question again?
Do I act like am fancy,
Is
like
she
I need to be
snooty?
with somebody? Like, am I like snooty?
Uppity.
I don't think so. No,
I don't see it.
no.
We pick on you about it, but no.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah,
From this day forward, we will. But yeah.
that might be your new nickname.
See, I feel
Snood.
like I'm like chill.
Damon's
But when
a
I go out
Sporky.
with a guy, they're like, is this place okay? Like, asking me. And I'm like, I'm from the mountains. Like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, I
You
don't.
sound like you're from the mountains either.
I don't? Oh, wow.
I don't think so. You got an accent, but then again, I don't know what people from the mountains sound like.
My Bronx accent throws everybody off. So
Lies.
So I Googled this list of pet peeves, and this is a guy's list, okay?
Uh-huh.
Guy's list of pet peeves that their dates do. And number one is actually what you said. Don't be rude to wait staff. Number two, this happens all the time. You know, we do it all the time and don't even think about it. But taking a pic of your entree and then posting on social media.
I do if it's a really cool thing I'm eating, like not just regularly, but like I went on a first date one time to a sushi making class and I made my own sushi. I'm taking a picture of that and posting it.
I'm terrible at taking pictures, so I never have that problem.
But like, why does that bother people that I want to take a picture of my food?
I don't know. Like when people start talking about the nutrition value of it, like the carbs and stuff like that, maybe your date's like, this motherfucker's carbs. Fuck that. I'll eat everything. You know, maybe it's a turn off.
Just the fact of the phone, putting your phone down when you're on the first date and paying attention to the person.
Okay, that makes sense. That bothers me. If I'm giving you my time and you're sitting there on your phone, that does bother me.
Maybe it's strategy. Maybe the person picks the phone up and goes, I'm taking a picture of my food. but they're looking at Facebook right quick. They're doing a quick update.
That's ridiculous.
You know, talking about yourself way too much.
Do you do that?
I don't.
No.
It makes me uncomfortable. My face gets all hot. I would rather talk about him.
I think you get hot a lot because you've said that. You said you were hot in here. Are you
Damon
sitting too
was
close to
doing
Damon?
Something, but tell him my face was burning up, wasn't it?
It was burning. She's hot to try.
I'm not kidding.
Were you nervous coming in the Naughty Donkey studio?
No, something happened.
And
Damon said something. I don't remember what
It was
it
a hot
was
flash.
now, but it
That's
made me
called a hot flash.
I am not that old. Stop it.
She felt that tingle in the jingle.
Oh my God.
Look, she's hot again.
No.
Oh.
Her face is red as your chair.
All right, here's one. If something's wrong, don't say it's nothing. Mean what you say. So communication, like if you go on a date and they don't look like their pictures,
like pictures.
That would go really well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Damon, you would totally suck at this one. Don't be sarcastic if I mess something up.
Oh yeah,
I'm bad
sarcasm.
at
That's my primary language.
Sarcasm.
See, that's me. I like
is.
to be. I was talking to a guy tonight, and he said, well, if you're nervous to meet somebody, it's because you actually like them. And I just was joking. I said, well, I'm not nervous to meet you at all. And he goes, oh. And I was like, I'm kidding. I'm being He was like upset about it. So I'm bad about that. I'm really sarcastic.
If they can't handle it, that's a telltale sign. What?
I don't know. It just got quiet in here, and I'm reading these notes here.
You can read.
What's the next one?
Yeah. Don't curse like a sailor. That's a pet
Proper,
peeve. Yeah.
I don't. I hardly ever cuss. I don't know why.
Fancy.
Say a
It
curse
doesn't
word.
bother me what
Can you say
people
one right
do.
now?
I think I have at some point tonight. Did I?
I don't think so.
Really? No, I just don't a lot. My go-to is
No.
probably shit.
No. I wanted to hear something really rough, like
No, that's
No.
probably my shit's probably my. But I don't cuss a lot. I don't know why.
what about when he's hitting you with that paddle?
Plead the fifth.
Do you-
Oh shit!
We have come to the conclusion that Tiffany is like
Obsessed.
she likes the dark bedrooms.
What's the next thing on the list?
Okay, don't kiss the tail. Yes, you tell your best friend everything, but it's nice to leave some things between you and your man. Although I do
Okay.
tell you guys most things. So
I do think you should leave some stuff to yourself. I think so.
like that pig story,
No, that
No,
needed
that
to
needs
be
to be
shared.
shared with the world.
Yeah.
that definitely needed to come out.
I need to help your ratings there, Birds.
I mean, they just skyrocketed after the pig story. I got nothing.
You just picked up 5 new listeners.
I mean, we could have. We could have. Oh, wow, what was that?
the hell was that?
Like busted my eardrum.
I think Tiffany just made like a pig sound or something there. What the hell was
Is that the sound you make when
Ah,
somebody
when somebody
is
hits you
like,
with a
what was
paddle?
that? Oh.
Please don't make me laugh. Please don't.
Her cheeks are all red.
Please
I don't know what's
stop.
going on
She's
over
hot
there.
again. I don't. Okay, so we just covered like pet peeves. Damon, what are some of yours?
I mean, the especially right now, the server thing is a big thing. Like I believe our servers have had a rough time. Like I believe tipping big right now.
Yeah.
We're not staying out to 2 a.m., drinking and doing stuff like we used to. Take some of that money that you would have spent on a regular night and give it to your server.
Yeah.
Be nice to them. They've had it harder than some of us. So that's a big thing for me. When I first meet a girl, and call me crazy, but I always look at her nails and I look at her shoes. I think you can tell a lot by a woman with that. If she keeps her nails done nice, she takes her time with that. If she wears nice shoes. Now the one thing being,
As Tiffany's showing her nails
exactly.
off.
Nurses and some things like that. A lot of times they have to keep theirs short, and they work, and that just says a lot about their character as well there. But that's normally two of the things that I look at when I first, if you take care of your shoes and if you put time into your, take care of your nails and you put time into your shoes, it says a lot about who you are, in my opinion.
I think so too.
So that's it, and if you, I know what you're getting at. So if we ever get back to their house and I go to the bathroom and the toilet paper's under, that's a huge red flag.
See, I was with you on the nails and the shoes, and then you messed it up.
That's the line in the sand right there, and that's why Tiffany is going to be disbanded after.
Can you just say my nails look nice before you try to ruin my reputation?
If they got under, like, I don't need that type of negativity in my life. Like, I'm out. Like, it's my cousin called. He's in jail. My sister's aunts, cousins, twice removed, divorced on their mother's sides in the hospital. Like, I got to go, but it's time to roll out at that point.
Are my nails nice?
Oh, you got great nails.
Okay.
All right.
I like your shoes.
Thanks.
So the last subject we're going to cover on this episode of Hammered is going to be this toilet paper issue. I actually saw a show on Netflix, 100 Humans, and they did an experiment with this. And people that went under were unhuman. They're like not civilized. That's what they were saying.
I don't like that y'all are saying this. First of all, you don't have any proof that this.
Well, let's look at this thing right here. Over or under, the science of toilet paper orientation. Mm-hmm. Okay. The advantages. It's easier to tear off desired number of tiles. How many tiles are you, Tiffany? How many do you use?
I think I use about 4 for number 1 and about 6 for number 2.
Why so many is my question.
Guess what girls do?
I have a clear rear. You know what that is? It's like a bidet. I ordered it on Facebook. That thing is
okay
shit.
Because we fold it.
Two squares is all you need. But I think
that's ridiculous.
The average number that people pull are 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah,
4 is
right.
like the average.
3 to 4, yeah.
But when you have a clear rear, you just need 2. It's like, bam, done. Anyway, I digress. Less chance of scraping the wall with knuckles gathering germs. That's true.
So ridiculous.
Easier to locate and grab.
Exactly. Don't have to spin it.
70% of people do it this way. Personality traits. Oh, there's personality traits with this too. Exactly. Likes to take charge, overachiever, stays organized.
Exactly.
All right, let me look at the under.
Hold on, we're not done yet. Let's some kind of formula right here. Look at this.
The under is below that. We got to go to the under.
Oh, where we are.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Normal force of wall on roll results in kinetic friction with coefficient something, which may be sufficient.
Doesn't matter. Okay, let's look at the celebrity endorsement for over. Jay Leno. Okay.
Oh, where? Oh, it is right here.
All right. Let's see who the celebrity endorsement is for under. I bet you they're cooler.
Ann Landers.
I don't know who that is.
Who the hell is Ann Landers? Oh my God. All right, Tiffany, here's for your under people.
Yes.
Advantages. Less chance of unraveling in an RV or during an earthquake.
This is a biased article because they're making fun of it.
It's not a biased article.
It is.
I think it's legit. I think this is legit.
Oh, my gosh.
Less chance of cat or small child unraveling the roll. Okay.
This is bullshit.
No, it's true. It's probably true.
It's just science.
Mao, see the cat paw? It's going for it. 1 ply, 1,000 total sheets. 2 ply, 500 sheets. Okay. Tidier appearance, but it just looks ass backwards.
No, you can't add. You're adding commentary.
Backwards.
All right. Oh yes, this is me. Personality traits.
Laid back, dependable, artistic.
That is me. I am laid back. I am dependable, and I am artistic. I know how to paint.
Now we know why your dating life sucks.
Because of the toilet paper?
Exactly.
So apparently how you roll your toilet paper is how you, it's like characteristics.
Listen, let's do an experiment.
Damon, how was your dating life
over? Next year, put your toilet paper over. Let's see how it goes.
God.
Oh my God, 69% are over, 22% are under.
Under, because artistic people y'all are too uptight. See, under people are laid back.
There was a whole psychology thing where somebody wrote a book on this thing with all of the issues that came from being under versus over. And again, that's why I don't need that type of negativity in my life. I want to stay positive. It's over.
That's cool.
I mean, you just look at it. I mean, under toilet paper just looks weird.
No, I don't think it looks weird at all.
Does.
If you go to the public restroom, you pull it from under that thing.
You gotta spin it.
I mean,
It's more sanitary under. Why do public restrooms have it like
In the
that?
public restroom, it's sideways.
No, they said over is more sanitary because if you reach for it, you might hit your knuckles on the wall.
I do not. I've never done that.
Hey,
Look at your knuckles right now. There's, yeah.
look, all I know is 69% of people prefer it over, 22% prefer under, 5% are sitting on the floor or the counter,
Animals.
and 4% are resting sideways on the tip of a garden gnome's hat.
Well, that
Scraping.
says 69% of people are basic, 22% of people are awesome.
Oh, wait, she's fancy again, Bird.
Look, bottom line is, if you go under, you're a savage.
Exactly.
You are creative, artistic, and dependable and laid back.
That's what's happening.
You're a savage. Oh, I can't even, like, my wrist won't even bend like that to
Look,
get
Bird.
the
You just
roll.
pull it.
She probably pulls it off with her pinky up in the air.
What happens if you don't have a piece hanging and it's like at the top and then you
No,
gotta,
you
like,
just
roll
hit
the
it
roll?
like this. It just comes right out in your hand. You just go boop.
But why when it's like already out for you? When
I don't
it's
want
over?
the toilet paper exposed that I'm going to use. When it's on top, it's exposed.
What's
so
it
when
exposed
you flush
to?
the toilet, the particles go in the air, and it's on the toilet paper, and then you just pull it right off the top. That's nasty. If you have
And
it
you fold
under,
it over, which means it's inside.
Nope,
When
you just
pull
have
from
under,
you
it's
fold it the opposite
protected.
way,
Boom.
which means you're putting all that on your
Wait,
hiney.
did you know that there's fecal matter in your bathroom everywhere anyway that comes out of your toilet? I saw this on Mythbusters. Just the other night I was watching it. They did an experiment of fecal matter on your toothbrush.
I don't
No
have
matter
that
how
'cause
far
I
away the
keep a
toothbrush
cover
is,
over my toothbrush.
It still gets in there.
Doesn't. I
You
use an
have fecal matter.
antimicrobial cover on my toothbrush.
Doesn't matter, it's still in there.
It can't get in the
It's in
cover.
your mouth when you walk in there.
Don't
Damn,
argue
that's
with
nasty.
Adam and Jamie. They know their shit.
Exactly.
Don't argue with the Mythbusters.
Y'all get y'all science from Bill Nye.
From who?
Bill Nye,
Who is Bill Nye?
the science,
science
guy.
Damn.
That's where you get your science.
Well, get your podcast from me right here on Hammered, folks. Nice segue. You sure you haven't done this before? That was nice.
Right in there.
Right in there. Well, I guess that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate y'all coming in tonight. I think it was a great show.
Just
Anything
remember,
y'all want to talk
you
about
asked
before?
for this. So.
Bro, we got some good stories out of this. The pig story is going to like live forever.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show, Damon, Tiffany. It's been a pleasure. All right, thanks for listening to this episode of Hammered. We'll see you next time. Peace.
That's all, folks.